Fengshan, also known as Ramil, of course, here in the Philippines, is starting to pull away from Luzon, but we continue to see rain bands wrap around here across parts of Mindoro and also inflow into northeastern Luzon with still more scattered showers here on our Sunday night heading over towards Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Robert Spen, always do my best to inform and update you on what's happening out here in the Western Pacific. And of course, this very sloppy, stubborn storm is still the big topic today. And I say all that because it just crossed the Philippines with this very unusual track, kind of bouncing around the islands here. Multiple low-level circulations, I should say, within the core of this. But still brought a lot of rainfall. In fact, record-breaking rain for a few spots. See out here in Rojas, there was one spot, 366 millimeters in a 24-hour period. That's a record for that specific location, and around that area, we've seen images like this. That's a lot of rain to come down in a short period of time, and it does result in some serious flooding when it does take place. The other was red rainfall warnings up at the time, but still, I think a lot of the times whenever we get this type of setup, people often, and I've seen it again here, fall into that sense of it's just a tropical depression or a tropical storm. We've been through this before, and I get that, but always got to respect each and every single one of these storms. And, even here today, we still have that inflow wrapping around some places like Subic, back here towards the north, there in Iba, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I'm not saying it right. You still have that inflow coming around, bringing some scattered showers even further towards the inland areas. See Clark there currently reporting some rainfall. Now, here's the track from the Japan Meteorological Agency as this stretches off there towards the west. But this, you know what? The big thing is not so much the center line. Of course, this goofy mess is a story in itself, but it's this broader yellow line. So if you don't know, whenever you look at JMA and JTWC for that matter, you see this outer line. That's the extent of tropical storm strength winds. Go back to JMA here, you can see they have it extending out well towards the north, and that's primarily because of the gradient induced winds with a high pressure ridge coming in. But the point is, even though the center's off towards the west, and even though it is kind of this sloppy broad low, it's not over yet. You're still going to be looking at gusty conditions along coastal areas here of Luzon, and also still in the next 24 hours got additional heavy rainfall chances here in orange level, 1 to 200 millimeters from Pangasinan down towards Bataan and Batangas due to that inflow continuing to kick around from the south and west. So another case of don't pay too much close attention to the center line, look at the broader kind of scope of our storm system here. If you're curious about our Google DeepMind, I know a lot of people really kind of agree with me. This model handled this forecast so incredibly well, and once this is all said and done, I'm going to take a look at how the DeepMind compared up with ECMWF and GFS, because it's a non-contest. So this model did so much better than the numerical models. It would be like if you just went into a boxing rink with myself being the GFS and Manny Pacquiao being the AI. I would get slaughtered. But the point is that's what's kind of happened here. The AI did so much better than the GFS and the ECMWF. Just knocked it out. Future forecasting. And even see here, it does peak Fengshan, also known as Ramil, out there just south of Hong Kong before it gradually weakens it out as it kind of tracks off towards the west, getting hit by this cold surge, which is really going to set up the rainy season front, by the way, for parts of Taiwan over towards Okinawa. And see this as it kind of stalls out there, but look at the northeast monsoon. See the high pressure ridge back towards the north? That's going to push in on this, and then you can see where this trough sets up just like that. Just the interaction with the southeasterly flow and the northeasterly flow, and this just hits each other, and it sets up this broad area of instability. And you can see this here with the rainfall outlook, actually. Let's watch this over the next 5 days. Look at where that setup is. It is pretty obvious where the rainy season front's going to be here. Like I mentioned, this is kind of similar to the spring Mayu front. It's called the Shirin front, or Akino Ame, it's like fall rain in Japanese. And yeah, It's a clear indicator, too, of the northeast monsoon turning on. This is why you're in the transition season in the Philippines, and the stronger that continues to get, the more that rainy season, that northeast monsoon is going to edge towards the south, and thus bring on the northeast monsoon and eventually the end to typhoon season. Once it does, typhoon season never really ends. It just moves south. But people ask me that all the time. When is typhoon season? It doesn't never ends. It just moves south, meaning that, the further south that goes, like right now, no storm is going to penetrate that rainy season front from Okinawa. So Okinawa is not going to get hit by a storm. But the further south it goes, that kind of edges them closer to places like Mindanao. Mindanao's seen some of their worst storms on record, in November and December. Tacloban got hit by, of course, Yolanda in November, and it's just because of the monsoon pushing everything further towards the south here. For today, though, we're not, it's still this sloppy. This thing is a big mess. It's an LP. It's a tropical depression. It's not a typhoon by any means, but still more rain in the forecast. So, as always, I'm going to continue to keep you posted if you want to support the channel. I just went through our Patreon members a moment ago there. Thank you guys so much for always being here and helping us out with those Patreon memberships. I can't stress enough. It goes a long way. So, thank you. The AdSense doesn't always come through with YouTube, and I'm sure you've probably heard stories yourself about how it's hit or miss. It really is, and it's not consistent. So our Patreon member is always there to kind of save the day. And also, my heart goes out to everybody impacted by the storm. By the way, I hope the Westpac weather team, not myself, the entire team. We got about 3-4 people behind the scenes here, all volunteers, who put out a lot of stuff on our Facebook page. A lot of these graphics, for example, these images, I didn't dig these up. These were dug up by our team, showing where some of the flooding is and shared onto our Facebook page here at Western Pacific Weather. And I can't stress enough just how fantastic they are. Same with this report here. This came from Matthew. He just dug this up, and yeah. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, number one thing, of course, is stay safe out there. Bye.